Third time today, Team Hold is back, and we are joined by Mr. Minimizer himself, the RaptorNews. How we doing, man?
Minimize was my partner, but close enough.
Yeah, well, the waves. I just,
You know.
Yeah. Sorry, no.
Thanks for the
sorry
plug.
if I just took Minimizer away from himself. So sorry about that.
No. They're probably like deep in the code right now
Mm.
while I'm like hanging out with you on stream.
There you go. What's going on, man? How you been?
I'm doing well. Here for all the Team Hold content.
Yeah.
And figured since I'm always chatting in the NFT channels, might as well hop on and do something fun and casual with you guys.
Yeah, so we've been talking about, I feel like you and I have been messaging back and forth about doing something like this, whether in the Discord or on stream for a while now. And I'm excited to, I'm sure like today will be the beginning of it, and that we'll see where it goes, and then probably end up doing another episode of this at some point. But for those that are like checking out NFT Tuesday for the first time, what we've been doing for the last couple, I don't know, like month or so now, we've been bringing on different projects to come on and chat. Last week, we actually moved it to Friday for the happy hour and had Lou Dog from Lucky Trader come on and kind of talk about his experience and using those tools to help like suss out some stuff. But RaptorNews had this idea for a while to just kind of talk about like, I don't want to say the do's and don'ts. I don't want to explain it for you, but almost I feel like, especially for me as someone who's relatively new in the space, like a lot of it can seem overwhelming at times. Bandy's already out. Bandy's like, I'm done with this NFT bullshit. But like being able to, almost like dumb it down for us common folk, So
I didn't say it.
No, but I did. I feel it. And if the common folk is just me, I'm fine with it being me. So I thought like that, and you put together some stuff too for today that I think will be just like a fun starting point to talk about of just how we navigate this space and like what are some of the red flags and what are the things to look for and how, I don't want to say game the system, but just like helpful tips as we move along,
Yeah, maybe just some of the lessons I've learned along the way as someone who was like you guys. I started Top Shot in April of last year, coming up on a year now. Almost happy birthday, Team Hold. And then just started getting NFT curious. So if some of you guys are in that boat, sometimes we chat in the Discord. So I thought this would be kind of fun, casual, maybe hopefully not too lectury. So just Mike, I'm in your hands.
No. We won't be lecturing. If it is lecturing, whatever. People are watching. They'll deal with it. I'm excited to do this. I think this will be good. Getting NFT casual is a fun way to put it. But yeah, I think this is a like a fun starting point of just taking us through the NFT journey. You always refer to it as paying tuition. I believe we were paying tuition, and that's what we're learning from the tuition, right?
We've all paid tuition in some sense, whether it's in Top Shot, that first time you like lose gas and, things like that, mint a rug.
Yeah.
Things like that.
I think one of the fun places to start here is every time you get involved in an NFT project, you have to join a Discord and you have to get whitelisted and you have to react to things. And then I just feel like it's become such a prominent part of the NFT community, both for like good and maybe for not so good, that I think we get into the habit of just like joining, verifying, and then like, okay, I'm going to mute my notifications and put this over here and check in on it like on Tuesday or whatever. But I guess talk to us a little bit about Discord, because it does play like a big role in there.
Yeah, for sure. It's like a necessary evil of like kind of doing your research, getting a feel for a project.
Right.
And, one of the latest kind of tactics is like, you have like 30 seconds to join this Discord, or you're going to miss out. Things like that. So maybe if I share my screen and I go over like what I tend to do when I first join the Discord might be helpful. And these are things like I wish I knew months ago, right?
Yeah.
To save time, avoid like scam DMs and things like that. And these are like common practices, but again, they're not like best practices. These are just like things that I've learned. So feel free, anyone, to say like, hey, that's not how I do it, or there's a better way, right?
Right.
Feel free to point that out. But let me share my screen.
Yeah, of course. And I'm just realizing I got to change the branding here in the back, so I'm going to go do that while you.
I like MLB Candy. That's still
yeah. This is no Candy FUD here, but so we'll do. I think we got a better one. Where is it at? There you go.
All right. Let's see if I don't end up sharing like everything I have. But
This is where I'm with you, bruv. My tactic is to wait for Raptor News to post, and I follow blindly, which is an opportunity, Raptor News, for you to say I'm not an expert.
Not financial advice, not an
Yeah.
expert. But one of the things I do say is like find a community you trust, find people you trust, and then like kind of ask them for advice. I think
Yeah.
that's a good way to get started, right?
I
So
think
I'm
that
kind
is
of
the way to go.
approaching it from somebody who's like maybe coming from Top Shot, which we all know. I've met a lot of folks, and that's a lot where a lot of people got onboarded
Mhm.
before they're like, okay, I need to try something else out and mint some monkeys and what have you. So I don't know. You're seeing my screen right now,
Yep.
right?
So we can see a lot of Team Hold stuff right now.
Okay. So I'm just gonna like hop into like a random Discord that someone is pumping. So I'm in a brand new Discord, right? Which is at the here.
Mhm.
So my first step I do is I will check the notification settings, and kind of like something that tells me that a Discord is new or maybe not like set up optimally is when this server notification setting of all messages on, and you just get spammed
Yeah.
as soon as you join something, right? So if that's not already set, I turn this to only mentions, right? Which even might be too much for some people to begin with.
Yeah.
Right.
That is I agree that nothing tilts me more than joining a server, and then the first time I leave my house and all of a sudden my phone is just like blowing up and I'm ready to chuck it into the East River.
There you go. So yeah, if it's not already set, do that. And then the second thing I do is just turn off DMs, which I go to privacy settings and I just turn this off, right? If someone really needs to contact you, they can tag you, they can friend you. But as a whole, like just general practice, like not many good things come from DMs, right?
Yeah.
99% of them are going to be scams. So
both
just turn everything
both
off.
in NFT projects and outside of NFT projects.
Yeah, on Twitter, Instagram, so many different avenues. Like
where DMs go south.
Yeah, and like time is precious, and you're gonna get serious like popcorn brain from all the DMs. Like if you're in the middle trying to do something, so the fewer DMs, the better. The other thing I do is I go to my account right here, and I just set myself. Oops, I'm gonna set my status to invisible.
Ooh,
Now,
there you go, sneaky.
People can still message you, but on the whole, you'll probably like get rid of like 90%, prevent 90% of just these bots that enter a server and just message everybody that's online.
Yeah.
So this is your friends will still know you're online. They'll be like, that guy's online all the time or whatever. So they'll still be able to DM you and things like that.
Hey, I get a also shout out Sawyer. I didn't even see Sawyer in the chat. There you go, Sawyer. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. I get a question though. When you and this is how newbie I am, and so far through the Discord steps you've run through, I think all I've done is silent stuff. So this is good for me to see. Or when you set yourself to invisible, is that only doing it while you're in that Discord, or have you just done that for all of the Discords you're in, all of the servers you're in?
Yeah, so good question. So invisible should be across like your entire Discord status, like in all the Discords that you're in.
Okay.
But then for each individual Discord that you join, you will have to toggle that privacy setting that I showed you.
Right.
Right. Maybe you're in like a smaller Discord, like Team Hold. Anyone can DM me there, so I probably have it on there.
Yeah.
But let's say you're in a couple different Discords with like some friends you want them to be able to message you. They'll still be able to message you if you have it on in one of those. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's helpful.
What
there we
else?
Go. Minimizer in the chat saying Raptor's hair looking tremendous as usual.
Oh, he's anonymous, so I'm like the face and the hair of our partnership. So shout out Minimizer. Maybe you see all my notes here, but this is just
we do. We see your notes.
Good. So moving on to my next point about Discords, unless you had more questions.
No, this is good. And I'm with you, Kevin. Kevin says I'm so stressed in the numbers of Discords you're in, right? And the number of Discords you're in right now.
I know, dude. Like, so 100 is the max you can fit, and if you have Discord Nitro, you can hit 200 Discords. So, yes, I was ready for this, but yeah, I regularly hit the 200 Discord limit, and I confess I did some Discord hygiene and organizing, left some before I even got on this stream.
Now, one thing I want to ask about Discord too, and this is kind of taking us off path a little bit, but Dumbo mentioned this, like there's like certain things you come into a Discord server and you can like learn a lot about the project without knowing anything about the project just by seeing the server. Is there stuff that you like either look for, both that you're like, okay, this is a good sign, or you see it and you're like, okay, maybe I'm leaving this server soon?
Yeah, absolutely. There have been plenty of times where I join, I'm like, this is not for me.
Mm.
There are plenty of times where I like park myself in a Discord because, okay, I'm going to mint this project, or I'm trying to get, pre-sale access and things like that.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you how I sort my Discords in a second. But like some of the indicators I would say is like, if it's just like a Moon Boy type Discords, like, yeah, like raid this tweet and 10th floor, D-list, things like that are typically not the type of signs, the Discords I want to stay in.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So let me go through how I organize my Discords, but everyone can do it their own way. But you got to have some sort of organization if you're kind of a degen like me and you're in like 200 Discords.
Yeah, that's so many, dude. I think I'm in like 30, and that truly, I need to take pills for it.
Oh no, it's brutal. It's not sustainable. So I do at times we're just like totally unplugged from stuff. So
yeah,
I'm just gonna quickly close these are all like just join. I just joined, so they're asking me to verify. But one other thing that I turn on when I join a Discord, before I forget, is if there's like a raffle or giveaway section, right? And I don't want to miss it. And of course my Discord is bugging out, so let me just quickly reload.
Yeah,
that's probably a function of being in so many Discords.
Yeah, and while that reloads, Bruv's over here saying I have 3 sections of stuff I own, stuff I'm trying to whitelist, or own, whitelist, trying to get whitelist. There you go.
Right, as long as you have a system, that's great. And I normally have all these notifs popping off, but I turned them off because I knew I was going to be on stream. But that helps me. It doesn't help me. Sometimes it distracts me, but sometimes it helps me like stay on top of what's happening. So if I have a particular channel that I always want to hear from, right? Like anytime there's a giveaway, for example, actually, here's a good example. Anytime there's a giveaway, so I don't miss it, I'll just turn all messages on
for that channel.
Yeah. So,
and
maybe not doable with 200, but if you're in 30, like you said.
Right. And if you do something like that, that overrides the initial setting that you made on the server to, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So because then for me, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I know I'm guilty of like the second I silence it, it's like I've silenced all opportunities to win a giveaway. Like it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen at all.
You're probably better off. Your time is worth something too. So there are trade-offs.
Yeah.
If it's like a super hype project that maybe you're hoping to get lucky with, then yeah, why not?
It is funny though that like it is interesting hearing how people organize their servers, where I've done it as like number 1 is what I'm most active in, and then after that it's truly what I'm most excited about. And it varies. Like at some point, like before Smiles minted, that was the one that was at the like right underneath Team Hold for a while. Sometimes the Top Shot one moves up. It definitely changes depending on what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I restructure mine probably once a week, just because when I join a Discord, they start stacking up at the top.
Yeah,
and like if I got behind, then I have to every now and then like throw them in full. It is stressful. So
yeah,
here's how I do them. Like you said, I'm going to leave this one that I just joined. I keep all the servers that I'm most active in on top, like the communities I vibe with the most. Right. You're up there, Team Hold, First Mint.
Be honest, did you have to move that around? Did you?
No, that's always been in the top. That's how I got started. So I used to be number 1 active in the Discord. I checked earlier, and I'm like number 4 now. I've been dropping off.
Wow.
And then I have like some alpha Discords or some tools I like to use. And then how I organize them is working on whitelist. And again, there's so many in there.
Yeah.
And just for fun, let's just choose violence. I'm going to just knock down all those pings. Mark that entire folder as red because that's stressing me out. And
wait, hold on. 2 things I just learned, and I feel like an absolute idiot right now. I didn't know you could name the groupings.
Yes, you can do that. So you can go to folder settings and then working on whitelist.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like such an idiot.
So these are things I hope people take away because these are things I wish I knew so long ago to help manage your time and organize your Discords.
because that isn't even like NFT alpha we're getting right now. This is just like right-clicking organizational skills.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not alpha, but it's
No,
this
that
stuff
wasn't to
helps.
take away what you were doing. I was just saying I feel like an idiot right now.
I felt the same way. Wait till
Ooh.
I show you the inbox thing, and then
Oh
you're gonna be
no.
like, "What is up?" Then I have like some of my alpha channels, but my like closest alpha channels, like the hottest ones, I keep closer up. Then I have like my art, like generative art stuff that I'm interested in, and I hang out in a couple of those. Then I have all my Top Shot discords, cool cats. Then I have all my hodl bag, right? All the projects that I'm like long on or like super interested in. And again, there's a ton of those, but
there we go. Look at that. On to see on-chain monkeys in there, some OCMs.
that I'm into that. And some of those may move, right? It may move from like my hodl bag to like my bags bag that I'm trying to like sell.
Yeah.
At some point. Let me not reveal anything too badly.
Yeah.
There are the projects that I am whitelisted for. So then I just make sure I stay on top of some of these to make sure that maybe if I'm not active enough, they might take me off the list. So every now and then I'll make sure I don't miss any important announcements.
Yeah.
But, I kind of hover between those. These are maybe projects that I'm interested in or I want to stay updated on. Candy.
There you go. I want to ask you a question about whitelisting. This wasn't even on our list, so I apologize that we're going all over the place. How, because you're definitely way more active than I am in whitelist. Is it just kind of, maybe it's a combination of this, and now I'm like trying to answer it for you before I even let you answer it because I'm an awesome host.
You're a great host.
Are you like, are there some that you're like, okay, this is just easily accessible, so I'm gonna whitelist and just whatever, we'll see what happens. Then when we get to mint, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. And then are there others that you're like, okay, I'm gonna go out of my way to make sure I get myself on this list? Because obviously your list is a little bit longer than I think most might be. So how do you kind of approach going after those?
So yeah, it really depends on the project, but I would say the lower effort is like it's way easier. Like the days of being able to grind discords, like if we rewind like 3-4 months, like when we had to get level 2 and crypto dads, we're like, yeah, we have access. Like that was great and definitely worth the effort. So I would say it depends on how hyped the project is, right? If you're able to get it through like some giveaway, or if you're like active. I don't know about grinding to like level 10, level 20. I don't know if that's to quote one of our friends, corporate trash. Like that's not my journey. But I would say it depends on the person. If you want to grind like one project and it's worth it, like my friend grinded Hate Beast and that was like a 60th floor or something like that, that might be worth your time.
Yeah.
But if maybe it's things that's more in your wheelhouse where like you make memes or you make like, it really depends. I'm sure that's not the answer, but
no, I think that's helpful. I think that's helpful. I think that's where a lot of people probably are, where it's because I know if it's an easy one, I'll do it and then I'll decide later, versus if it's one I'm excited about, I'll pay attention to. And then some are cryptic. Some are like, make sure you're a good vibe. And I'm like, well, I think a lot of people who don't say anything are a good vibe. So like, does that, so I think I'm curious how this whole evolution of whitelisting is going to change in the coming months, because I feel like we're already starting to see a shift from what we saw like 2 months ago. So I'm curious what it's going to look 2 months from now. But yeah, I'm just fascinated by the whole process.
Yeah, like when you join those discords that already have like 25,000 people, and then people are botting it. Like people have scripts or bots where like the AI, they talk to each other.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be able to compete with that. It's not worth your time. It's not worth. I would say it's not worth the time.
It's not worth my time.
Yeah, I agree. So again, it depends. If you're really feeling it, then yeah, do what it needs to do. Do what you need to do to get the pre-sale access. If not, just buy it on secondary, because I think that works too.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny too, because as the market's been changing, I'm sorry, I'm taking us all over the place.
No, you're good.
There was a while where, and I don't know how long a while is, but there was a while where it felt like you didn't need to mint necessarily, and there were some like pretty good deals on the secondary market. And now at least right now, it feels like we're in NFT summer again, where like minting is pretty profitable, and it seems smart to get in early. But when every time the wind changes directions, right, the strategy shifts, so you have to be like pretty flexible.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, as someone who's like, if you were to come in new to NFTs, like you don't know what's happened in the past, but you just hear what other folks are doing. You're like, yeah, things are hot right now.
Yeah.
And that first time, like there's kind of like a rough patch or like a bear market, you might be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So just because you have pre-sale access doesn't mean you should always mint a project. Like kind of wait and see, like, because you probably have like at least 24-hour window to mint before public happens.
Yeah.
I might be getting ahead of myself, but
no, this is good. This is good. This is good. That's what I was saying. We'll just see where it goes. Also, Alex Disney saying, so you say I should skip Invisible Friends. Here's the thing, Alex Disney, that is officially above my pay grade now.
If you have it, then great. Like, I'm happy for you, but like there's no way I would have been able to make it happen.
Dustin and I both said see you later to them because we were on that ride for a little bit, but it started to financially hit a point where I could not justify what was happening anymore. But I believe I think Greg's still on the ride. He's got 3 of them. He's got like 2 hoods and 1 roller, or 2 rollers and 1 hood. So I think he's still going along for the journey. So
all right,
we will live vicariously through him.
Just rounding out my folders. I have my flow projects. I have maybe some projects that like I'm kind of watching, but maybe they're like slowed down a little bit. I have my bags folder. Let's not zoom in too much, but the projects I'm maybe looking to just move off, and like that fresh feeling when you leave a Discord feels great. Yes. So there's that. Then I have some friends projects that I'm always looking to support no matter what. And that's how I have it organized. But
yeah, I like that you're here to support no matter what, but it is going to be towards the bottom.
Well, maybe I don't have to be as active in them. Do you know what I mean? Other ones I'm like, I'm going to see those friends no matter what. Right? So,
right. I don't need to be active on the Discord. They know, they see my name. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm minting. Don't worry. Or
No, that's great. No, I do think this is pretty helpful because I do find look at Greg said, sorry, I'm late, but those are folders. I think this is very helpful because I personally get very overwhelmed, and I mean, I'm very active in the Team Hold Discord, but outside of that, I kind of just lurk from here and there. I'm not trying to mainly, and not because I'm not supportive, but it's just like too overwhelming to try to maintain any sort of relevance in the other Discords unless it's something I'm excited about. So to see this like Discord management makes it a little bit easier, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely. I'm saying I'm probably active in these 6 Discords right here in the top. And then these are like, maybe a couple here and there, depending on how to organize. But if I show you like how many Discords that I would hope to have whitelist, like it probably, like I could just keep scrolling, right? It's scary. I spend like no time in these Discords.
And you said too, like once a week, once every other week, you kind of attack this again of like reorganization a little bit and leaving some or moving them around.
Yes. And let me show you how I manage to like stay on top of the important pings. Because again, pinging is like, some Discords are crazy about it. Other Discords are like, apologize for sending 2 pings in a day, right? So
we need some ping alpha.
So the ping alpha is like, here's how I manage my pings. Is you see this inbox up here on the top right? This is probably like my best pointer the entire stream. Like you don't have to tune out after this, but this is probably the alpha. So this is where you just see all the times that you're pinged. Okay.
Wait.
And you can just click the box like good, and it knocks it down.
Fuck out.
Yeah, so this is our, DMs, whatever. So I actually left this one up as an example of a scam DM because, hey, all you're
gonna mint
soft launch, stealth launch. Hey, we got extra mint, extra supply. This is a scam, right? Clearly a scam. So I just report spam. And never hear from that person again.
There you go. Also, those are my favorite DMs where it's like a project that clearly sold out and they're like, guess what? 2,000 extras just lying around that we're going to give away. Like, okay.
Yeah, but that happens. Not that actually happens, but like people do fall for that because maybe
dumb.
You haven't seen it before, or there's FOMO. FOMO is strong. I'll talk about that.
FOMO is strong. Ashwin's saying, I've been using Discord for 3 years and didn't know that. See, look at this.
So yeah, like I have a notification that I have like over 90 something pings, right? Like, but like the fastest way I could do it is I use this button. Okay, cool info. And I normally just do this, right? Before that, I'd be scrolling up and down here. I'm like, where's this ping at?
I left 3 Discords this week because of that.
Yeah.
So, like I was just like, oh, it's too many pings. I don't give a shit. I'm out. And like, but this, whew.
Yeah, if you learn anything from this stream, it's like, here's where you can just like clear all those pings.
Oh, you weren't kidding. This is great.
So there's that. I probably forgot to mention one more thing about pings, and I see I have a Team Hold ping right now.
I think it's from a tweet.
Okay, so
oh no, general.
It's our NFT channel. But if I wanted to ignore pings, like,
don't you dare.
I could like change the settings on this entire server, or I can just like, if I'm tired of like a channel pinging me every time there's like a sneak peek, or hey, Twitter raid this thing. Jeb Bush knows what I'm talking about. But like, there's Discord that would ping every time, like, hey, Twitter raid this person, right? You could just set this to nothing. Like, you'll still get the red alert sometimes, but you won't get like that annoying sound and like maybe a distracting notification come up. So yeah, those are my Discord tips. If folks have any questions about the Discord management stuff.
The Real Rad Dad said, I just pinged you. My bad. Yeah, before we move off Discord, because I think we'll probably chat about one more thing for like 10 or 15 minutes. If anyone has any questions about like Discord in the chat right now, I know people have been firing throughout the conversation, but if you get, we'll hang here for another second if anyone has any questions about it. But I think this is super helpful. Honestly, I mean, not to be all over the top about it, but this is like mental health shit right there. Because that, like, truly, I joked about throwing my phone into the East River, but there have been many times where it's like, I don't know if this happens for you, but when my computer's up and if I have Discord open, sometimes I don't get the notifications right away when I'm away from my, so like I'll be taking my dog for a walk and then all of a sudden I'll get like 35 pings in a row. Yeah. And I can feel myself like I'm getting sweaty. Well, I'm like, I'm going to yell, like, and I'm going to take it out on somebody else. I'm going to yell at somebody else. So this type of organization stuff, I do think goes a long way. So I think it's very helpful.
Yeah. I can only imagine like how many pings you get managing like 1,000 folks in Team Hold.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as it once was. It's pretty good now.
Well, my phone dies like 10 times faster now that I have Discord on my phone because those damn pings.
Between Discord and Vivi, right? Between those two. That's what sucks my phone. How can you find a ping that pops up in a big chat? This is a good question too, Casey, because like if you start scrolling and it's like in the general of something and you can't find it, you know?
Yeah, sometimes those can be like mysterious, like maybe it was like a ping and then they deleted it, but you still see that like dot, so that's annoying. I would use the inbox, and that is probably your best way to track it down.
Okay.
And sometimes it's just not there when you go back for it.
Yeah, there we go. Now I can't tell if this is an example of a spam or this one feels real. We got a flash giveaway and smiles. It ends in 12 minutes. There you go.
So if you have that flash giveaway channel and you turn on all alerts, then you might have gotten a notification.
There you go. There you go. All right, I'm going to take a look at your list. Or is there one other thing? Like if you had to pick one more thing that we were going to chat about today, is there another topic that you feel like we should hit up?
I feel like we talked so long about the Discords, but that is a lot of it. And that is where most folks would get started. I could quickly touch on gas, but I don't think I don't want to get too technical or anything. We could just talk scams because I think scams are probably one of the bigger things that.
Yeah, let's talk some scams because I think that connects to the Discord a little bit too.
Yeah, so we mentioned this already, but just generally, I'm going to talk in like cliches. But like, if anything's too good to be true, it probably is, right? I'm sure you guys have heard that countless times. But I'll just assume all DMs are scams, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't trust any links unless it's in like the Discord official links channel, right? When something's like minting and then you're looking for the OpenSea collection, like there are bots in there just spamming like fake links, right? On the hopes that you'll buy or you'll go to like an incorrect minting page. So always like double check before you kind of mint anything.
I think if a project is sending you DMs, I'm happy dipping out on that, only because, and like maybe it's a short-term L, but it feels like a long-term W, only because 99.9% of projects are like, hey, we'll never DM you. So if a project decides to DM you, that feels alarming. So I'm out on that. But I think that's a good call.
Other things to be careful of are just be careful what you connect your wallet to. I know, everyone's kind of FOMO minting, like, hey, there's like only 100 NFTs left, so make sure you mint before they sell out. I think if you really want a project, just be okay with like not falling under the FOMO, like time pressure and like making a mistake.
Right.
So like if you really want that project, you can buy it on secondary. Maybe you pay a little bit more, but you didn't. They're going to be more often than not. You're like, I'm glad I didn't mint that.
And it's easy to point to the things we didn't mint that take off versus the things we mint and whiffed on. Like it's just easier to keep track of those because it's like anything. I always related to poker, but I'm sure I've gotten lucky many, many times. But the only times I remember is when somebody sucked out on me. So
absolutely.
That's what our brain is. There's something there. There's probably another analogy instead of poker. I think Kelsey, who studied like neuroscience for education, it's the same thing. Like for every incorrect thing that happens, you need 8 correct things to happen or something like that. Or for every negative interaction, you need 8 positive, something like that. Whatever. I should have just left it at the poker analogy. Trying to give Kelsey credit.
I will say there's like a good Zeneca tweet that I could post later or something, but like, there's FOMO everywhere. Like you could always have done better, right? It's hard to not compare yourself to somebody else and be like, they're killing it, and I'm, I sold too early. I didn't mint. I didn't mint enough. Like there's always going to be that. So, take profits when you can, buy what you love, right?
Yeah. Buy what you love what you buy.
Yeah. So there's always that. Other security things that are, I'd recommend just 2-factor authenticate everything.
Yeah.
Right. Your Twitter, your Discord, whatever other accounts you have. Use a hardware wallet. These are all things that are like general things that you're always going to hear, but
I think it's still good to know. I don't think I'm not sure everyone is aware of those things, so it's good to know.
When you set up your when you set up your wallet, like write that thing down, your secret phrase. Okay, like don't put it in the cloud where someone, if your email gets hacked, then they could have your wallet too.
Right.
These are probably like common knowledge and everyone talks about them, but I might as well
I don't think it is common knowledge. I don't think I remember the first time somebody said a hard wallet and they were like, oh, you probably already know this. And like half the Discord was like, no, we don't. So there we go. Also, breaking news here. We get a stress test in the Top Shot streets that's happening in 30 minutes and the queue just opened up. So go get in the queue.
I'll make sure we finish in time to get in there.
No, you're good. I was waiting for something else to happen. So please.
You got the real alpha.
Yeah. Well, we got pinged.
Okay, but something's gonna happen. I'll
here we go. Collector score with 5,000 or higher can buy 3 packs. Collector score with 2,000 or higher can buy 2 packs. All other collectors 1 pack. Interesting.
You knew that. I can tell you already knew that.
No, I was waiting for something else. I'm gonna be honest.
All right. Well, I'll DM you later to find out what that's about.
Yeah.
What else do I have? Oh, scam NFTs and like tokens.
Oh, the Richies?
That stuff happens all the time. There are rugs all the time. So I'm talking more about like if you look in your wallet and you're like, where did this NFT come from? Right. And if you don't know, I wouldn't necessarily trust it, especially those like Polygon NFTs. If you look in your hidden folder.
Yeah.
Same goes for ERC20 tokens that show up. Like if you ever look at your account on Etherscan, it says like, hey, my balance is like $1 million of like
pretty
these
good
ERC20 tokens I've never heard of. And then like, let me try to sell them, right? Or try to sell these NFTs that you don't know where they're from, but it says they're going for like 1 ETH, right? If you try to sell those, you might like give permissions to your wallet, which you wouldn't want to do. So
right.
Just always ask if someone else
Yeah, I think that's like a common thing too that's come up a couple of times. Is just finding people you're comfortable with and asking questions. And it seems, we talked about this in the Candy interview a little bit today, but one of the cool things about this space is that
Yep,
if the
there you go.
whole like if the space wins, we all win, right? It's not necessarily a competition. Like we can all actually profit and be victorious in this journey. So what's been great about that is the discords have been very, like, you yourself have been like a wealth of information and knowledge and are just very generous with your time. And I know people are doing that in the Top Shot streets as well. So I think like finding a core group of people that you feel comfortable and who are generous enough to answer questions. And then also like as you learn more, in turn being generous with new people as well. So and that's why we always say join the Team Hold Discord. But there are a lot of Discord communities out there that will be super helpful throughout this, I think.
Yeah, totally. I don't know if I'm like a super wag me guy, but I do believe in what you said, where it's just like, hey, let's just help each other out, and just pay that forward, right? If
Yeah.
somebody gave you a hand, maybe they lent you a Top Shot moment. Next time, someone asks, like, do the same.
Yeah. Wait, so
So
are you a NGMI guy then? You're not going to make it?
I
Or
am not that, but I just, the toxic positivity stuff with the like, wag me, wag me.
No, no.
There are people taking L's, right? So
Yes.
it's not like necessarily like a win-lose type of thing.
Right.
Like if we all do well, then I get it. But someone's taking some L's.
Somebody, no, you got to take some. What's the for exit liquidity, right?
Yeah. So if I have some takeaways, unless you want to cover more stuff, I could give you
this is good.
What you were saying, I think, really is important. If you're new in the space and you're trying to get started, don't do 200 discords like me. You'll lose your mind, right? Start with 1, 2 discords. Like find your tribe. Like who do you fuck with, right? Like who are those communities you vibe with, either on Twitter, Discord, maybe Twitter Spaces. Start finding folks you can trust, right?
Yeah.
And before you like mint something out of the blue, right? See what your friends or people that you trust are doing. Maybe ask them for help, and really, really take your time, like researching that first project you want to mint.
Yeah.
Right. For me, it was like chickens because it was low cost. I had done no research, I have to confess. And then Rumble Kongs, which, those all worked out for me. But again, I could have done more research on these things. But at the time, like NFT Summer, it almost felt like I couldn't miss, right?
Didn't Rumble Kongs go crazy for a little bit?
They did really well. They, that helped me on my journey early on.
Yeah.
So if I mentioned already, I probably started minting NFTs on Ethereum in like June, July. So I missed all the apes and all the fun stuff. But I still miss Cool Cats. I could have minted Cool Cats. We all have those stories.
Yeah.
Another takeaway, aside from, take your time to pick that first one, ask your friends for advice. We all make mistakes. Like I have so many bags, right? If you look at my hidden folder, I've probably done better than I've got more wins than misses, right? But we all pay tuition. So like, just learn from those mistakes, right?
Yeah.
And as long as you're not overextending yourself, these are tips I would say for like getting started in NFTs.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely like not overextending yourself. And that's something like I have to tell myself all the time, because it's so like we talked about FOMO a little bit. It's so you're seeing other people who are probably in different financial situations than you, both maybe higher up and lower up. And everyone's playing the game a little bit differently. And it's easy to get wrapped up being like, oh my God, let me just add 0.4 more on there. So that way I can get 3 of these instead. And it's just, there are going to be times you get caught with an L and get caught holding the bag. You just make sure the bag's not so heavy it's going to affect your mental health. Like that's and easy to say when I'm out here buying crazy ass Top Shot moments and 32 DeJounte Murrays. But I think that it is important to at least say that out loud to yourself.
Yeah, I feel that like every day. I'm like, why am I? There are times where I mint something and I'm like, oh, like why am I doing that?
I know. And I also think it's like important to talk to multiple people too. Cause I know there are people I can go to who are going to help fan the flame. Like I know if I go to them, they're going to be like, yeah, dude, this is actually probably going to 80th, man. I'd hold on forever. And then there's other people who I know I can talk to who are going to be like, just flip the thing, leave the Discord and move on. Actually, yeah, let's end with this and I won't make you name them all. And I think Raptor, we got to do this probably. I'm not going to make you commit to a weekly segment, but we got to do this again. I think this was helpful. I think people will learn from it. I saw Gene in the Discord too. I think we bring Gene on for the next one we do.
Yeah, dude, Gene is he's been around for a while. Like,
yeah.
He's the one who was I was like looking up to him, and I'm like, dude, like, what should I do?
Yeah, I had a meeting with Gene, and he was repping his ape avatar that was covering his face. So we need him. If Gene, yeah, there he is. Gene's on the next one. We're bringing Gene on. Let's go.
Nico, what's up?
There we go. So not only did I book Gene without telling them, I also booked you for another show. So get ready, guys. And again, you don't have to name them, but Patrick was saying, is there anything that's upcoming that you're excited about right now or taking a peek at?
Yeah. So if you're asking me projects I'm excited about, these are probably projects that I'm holding, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are plenty of projects that I'm like, all right, I can flip these or whatever. And
yeah,
it's funny because not to go too long, but like you always kind of tell what the meta is at the time. So right now it's like anime, kind of cool pets are probably sucking all the oxygen out of the room.
Yeah.
Some projects that are probably not on people's radars that I think are really cool. Crypto. Gosh,
dads?
now I gotta find it. What's that?
I said dads.
Yeah, crypto dads. That's how we got started. I love crypto dads. In terms of that, it onboarded like all the Top Shot, right?
Yep.
Sorry, Team Hold.
Yeah. Well, we're all a Top Shot.
Okay, if I like one project, let me just give you one.
Wait, hold on. Before you do, we got to play the drop. Before you do, we got to play the drop. Legally, we're required to. Where is it? Here we go. None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right? There we go. All right, the floor is yours.
I'm ready. My one pick, and I feel anyway. So there is a project by Josie, who's an OG crypto artist, right? And she's launching a PFP, but it's all on chain, and it looks amazing for a fully on chain project, fully on chain like SVGs. Yeah. So that is, I'm really excited for that. I don't think it's on people's radars yet. It's probably still a month out.
Nice.
But I think that is going to be really impressive. Like the tech, the art, all that. I don't know how it's going to do like flip mode, flip wise.
Yeah, but something you're excited
about. One other project or one artist, there are artists that like you tend to like really follow and support. Anything Brian Brinkman does, I will support. I'll line up for. I might not always be able to afford it, but like I'm going to be there. And
we got to get Brickman to come on one of these too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's in New York.
Yeah.
And then the Worm. It's free.
Yep.
It's probably the most coveted project in the metaverse. So if you guys don't know about the Worm, dude, everyone wants it. And so far there's only like 600 people have ever had it.
Wow. There you go. You were early on the Worm too, right?
Early. I was like Disciple 276, 278, something like that. So we got to get in the Team Hold Discord. It's been through like some massive. Well, Snoop Dogg had the Worm. Anyway, I'll save some for next time. We can talk about Etherscan and gas and things like that. Minting contracts.
Dude. Also, please plug some waves right here. Plug some waves before we get out of here.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I mentioned that I got started in like June, but also the reason I'm kind of caught up is because my partner is a developer and generative artist. And we launched a project which I was on here in October pitching, and we have our second art drop coming at the end of February. So hopefully we can move it up, but I think we're pretty excited. And if you're a wave holder, we have some extra utility for you.
There you go.
And hopefully I'm on again soon and I can talk more about the project and show you some of the art. But if you want to follow, check us out. My account on Twitter, RaptorNews3. And then minimizer_art is my partner.
There we go.
Follow that Twitter account.
If you're not watching this live, you'll be able to see this info in the show notes after the show. So you can just scroll down and go check it out. Raptor, dude, thank you. As always, you have been so generous to Team Hold with your time and knowledge and alpha. And a lot of people are filthy rich now. But no, a lot of people are indoctrinated into the space a little bit more, and you've made it less scary for people. So we appreciate you, man.
Well, I'll be there in the Discord and the NFT channels,
There we go.
So hit me up.
There we go. And listen, you and Gene will be back. We'll be back soon. We'll run this back again. I'm having fun having these conversations, so we'll do it again soon. All right, everybody. Good luck in the stress test. We will see you tomorrow for Raptor News. I'm Mike. Shout out Team Hold. We out of here.